This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today let's go ahead and talk about some of the upcoming G.I. Joe products that have been shown, or at least the digital renders have been shown. So I'm not as familiar with the comics stories, so this character of Darklon is not one I'm familiar with aside from what I've heard other people talk about. I guess he's either Destro's nephew or Destro's son. Go ahead and let me know which one that is in the comments if you'd like. Apparently he had a figure in one of the other toy lines, and the colors were much brighter on that one, and this one is not. And I kind of like the more muted colors in this case, which is kind of ironic considering I'm annoyed that they have the muted colors in the Night Force figures. He looks pretty cool. Like I said, I'm not familiar with him, but he does have two head sculpts, and I'm kind of wondering what that second one references. Up next, we have Breaker, and he's part of the Mass Effect line, I guess, where they're giving you like a small little Mass Effect item, which I hope that this eventually leads us to getting the entire Mass Effect device. Otherwise, I'm going to be feeling really shortchanged by this. And they did do a Mass Effect device back in the, I think it was the 4-inch line. I never got those, and I really regret not getting those. But he looks pretty cool, plain G.I. Joe figure. Then we have the G.I. Joe and Cobra Diver set. This is kind of cute, I guess. I like the fact that the Joes and the Cobras have the same faces with just slightly different skin tones. But overall, yeah, we've seen the Cobra Diver before. I'm trying to think if we saw I guess the Joes were wearing yellow in that. And again, this goes along with the Mass Effect, where we have the heavy water included. This would definitely be a good one to get a couple of. So you got, the two different diver heads for each side. I mean, it's a troop builder too. I do hope they give us a female version of this, especially since the Baroness specifically was shown in this episode. And now we're on to CoverGirl from the original animated episodes. She's looking pretty good here. I am a little bit, I don't know. I like that we've got the Pitts Garage cap and smiling face, but I kind of wish they'd given us a good smiling face with her hair down too. I mean, remember, Courtney here is supposed to have been a model turned mechanic. So while I do like the smiled face on the other side, it would have been kind of nice if they'd given us that without the cap also. So editing Night Wolf here, just real quick, it occurred to me while I was watching this that they probably made this so that the heads and hair can be swapped around. At least that's my hope right now. I think this one definitely looks better than what Super 7 gave us, although they still really need to work on that chest size a little bit more on these female figures, especially considering that she was a model. She should be showing a little more oomph. We have the retro card back Flint here, so it's more like the toys. Just going to say, I do think this face sculpt looks better than the first Flint we got. Even if he does look a little bit older, he does look better. And I do like the overall look of him. That'll be a cool figure to get. And we get our retro Televiper. I do like also that we have the alert stuff going across the face like that. It is kind of a shame, though, that we're not getting the different skin tones again. But that's a lot harder to pull off with the arms also. So who knows? Maybe they'll do a second release of this with another skin tone. But yeah, that'd be pretty cool. However, this isn't what prompted me to want to talk about these things. This is what prompted me to want to talk about the upcoming items here. And this is the All Striker with Crankcase. Crankcase is kind of interesting in that he does come with a standard military helmet, and then he comes with like a more full face helmet. It's not a Steel Brigade helmet like all the other characters have been coming with lately. It's just kind of looks like a motocross helmet to a certain extent. And I do appreciate the coffee cup. I wonder if there's actually a cup holder in the All Striker. Now, here's the thing. I know a few people that I've listened to have been talking this one up quite a bit, and I was really excited for the All Striker, but I have a concern, and that's the gunnery seat on there. I want to know if that comes off or if that's permanently part of it, and because it does look like, if we look here, we do have like the main roll cage, and then here we have a secondary roll cage for the gunnery seat. I'm not a big fan of that gunnery seat. Other than that, I really like the look of this overall. I do hope the little missile tubes come off there though too. I'm sorry, but that just seems like a real bad idea. Like if you want to deafen everybody who's actually riding there. And then the gun design, of course, because we're back to that whole complaint that I've had previously about how every gun has to be designed to also work handheld. And you can see the little handle here too. So I'm guessing that's the same here. Instead of doing the original style gun for the All Striker, I'm hoping like one of the third party companies will get us a more original toy accurate gun that can attach up there, because if they do that, I will buy that in a heartbeat. It's just, once again, I don't like that gunnery seat. And I hope that it does come off of there and that you can pull that other secondary roll cage off. But that's my thoughts here. You know, let me know what you think. Are you fine with this? Like this? Don't get me wrong. I'm still going to get it because the All Striker is one of my favorite vehicles in G.I. Joe. I just don't like this, the way they got this top part here. It also feels a little too busy to me, but that's just me. But when we have the snake armor, right? This is interesting because I want to know if this is designed for a person to actually fit in. Because if you remember the original toy, basically the top and the legs were separate parts, and you put the legs on a G.I. Joe figure and then you put the top on the G.I. Joe figure, and that's how it went together. Obviously this is designed to be one piece. It does look like maybe this front opens, but my question is, will a figure actually fit inside this snake armor? I wish they would have shown us what the inside looks like, if it does. But this looks really cool to me, and it's definitely a nice update to the original toy from the 80s. But again, I want to know how a figure fits in there. Or is this going to be one of those things where, like, maybe you open it up and you see a permanently positioned figure torso in there? That's also a possibility. And last but not least, we have the ninja team of Slice and Dice. These guys look pretty cool. Although it looks like Dice has bigger boobs than most of the female characters that have come out. Just by the way this artwork looks and the tinting and stuff. Just saying. We do have one unmasked head here. I'm kind of wondering about this face here, because I'm assuming this goes with Dice. At least I'm assuming that the red one is Dice. I'm not familiar with these characters either, to be perfectly honest. But they definitely look cool, and they do come with a ton of different weapons. Some of them look kind of impractical. And some of them look like what I've been using in Naraka Blade Point. But anyway. Oh, shit. Look at that. It looks like his, it looks like there's spikes on his headpiece here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this look turns out. And obviously this head goes with that, and this head goes here. But who has the fully unmasked head? That's what I'd like to know. But anyway, those are just kind of my quick thoughts on these upcoming G.I. Joe figures. I definitely want to hear what you think, and I do want to know if you have like the same opinion I do on the All Striker, or do you like this update? I'm not too fond of the gunnery seat and the extra roll cage. It feels like that would almost be more dangerous for it to roll over with. And I do hope that it is designed so that you can take that gunnery seat off and that other part off and have it look okay. But I think that's it for what I'm talking about. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.